Hello and welcome to ILTV's Israel Daily. I'm Aaron Porras, and before we begin, I want to thank the thousands of you who have already subscribed to our new streaming platform, ILTV Plus. Your support is helping us to bring you the best and most unique content from Israel every day. Now, coming up in today's newscast, a pair of terror attacks gripped the West Bank overnight. Meanwhile, an Israeli police officer's tenure terminated after offering the worst possible advice ever. And finally, the massive Yad-Vashem Holocaust Memorial Archives now going up online for the world to see. Yet another terror attack reported Tuesday evening. A 19-year-old IDF soldier injured in a West Bank car ramming attack and promptly evacuated to nearby hospital. The latest in a recent deadly series of suspected and confirmed terror attacks. A 29-year-old Palestinian man slamming his car into an IDF combat soldier near the West Bank settlement of Neve Tzuf overnight Wednesday. The soldier, who suffered a leg injury, then rushed to hospital in Jerusalem via IAF helicopter. And the suspected terrorist, who injured himself in the attack, arrested at the scene and sent to hospital in the very same chopper. Reports saying that he's to be interrogated by IDF forces as soon as possible. Meanwhile, in another overnight incident near the Halchul Bridge by the Yehuda Territorial Brigade, IDF troops identifying 3 suspects who exited their vehicle and threw Molotov cocktails at a military post in the area. The soldiers therefore opening fire on the suspects, injuring 1, and launching a manhunt for the remaining 2 offenders. The injured suspect evacuated for medical attention. No Israeli forces were reportedly hurt. Now, speaking of attacks, threats against Israel in the cyber arena likewise continuing with steady pace. And in fact, according to a new report by Israeli cybersecurity firm Checkpoint, the number of attacks on the Jewish state growing by a whopping 92% in 2021 to some 925 cyber attacks per week, nearly double the global average. As for the specific targets, the report alleging that education and research was number 1 on the list, but government and military targets coming in close second, followed by communication firms and internet service providers. However, the largest relative spike over the previous year being against software vendors, who saw a 146% jump in reported cyber attacks. So, what can we do? Well, Checkpoint outlining a multi-point approach to your cyber defenses, including hiring a real-time monitoring and prevention firm to manage your risks, revisiting and revising the security level for all network infrastructures, processes, and connected devices, and adopting a zero-trust security protocol, meaning that no device, workload, system, or user should be trusted by default. Heading back now to Knesset, the so-called Change Coalition at risk of being uprooted by a bunch of trees. This is the Islamic Ram party warning of a defection from the government over the KKL-JNF's planting of trees on disputed land in the Negev desert. Political commentator Tami Moladhayo with the details. Tami, thank you so much for being with us. Now, first off, this is apparently an ongoing issue, although it was seemingly resolved for now. But the Likud has, in the past, also frozen operations for tree planting a couple years ago. What is the background here? Why is this such a controversial issue?
Well, there's a dispute over the ownership on the land. The Bedouin, especially El-Atash tribe, say that the land is theirs, only they cannot, they haven't been able to prove it till now. There has been some legal dispute over that, and for now, the decision was to wait to cease all actions on both sides until they will be able to find out what exactly, who owns the land. On the other hand, there is another issue which somehow we're now dealing with, which is the environmental issue. The Society for the Protection of Nature in Israel is saying that this land should not be planted with trees because it harms most of the nature in the area. And then there is a third issue, which is the lack I don't even have the words to say exactly what's going on in the Negev in the south of Israel. It seems like there's a Bedouin territory which the Israeli government has absolutely nothing to do with, or at least unable to control. And then there's the rest of the south of Israel. And that's another issue here also. So we have three different issues here that needs to be solved. And on top of that, everybody wants to take everybody into their corner.
To watch full episodes of ILTV's Israel Daily and tons of other content from Israel, visit our website at iltv.tv or download the ILTV Plus app.